As you know, nowadays TCS interview is going on, and I am getting messaging on LinkedIn and Instagram from the freshers who already had given interview. They told me they are messaging me that interviewer just asked 3 to 4 questions from the technical round. No MR questions, and HR just asked only 1 to 2 questions. What are the chances of selection? They are just asking me and messaging me on daily basis. Till now, I think more than 500 messages I just received on my LinkedIn and Instagram ID. As you know very well, my Instagram ID Pawan Bhadana TCS and LinkedIn Pawan Bhadana. So on the daily basis I am getting. So I just want to share the feedback from the interviewer, why they just asked 3 to 4 questions from the TR and no MR, no questions from the MR, and HR just asked 1 to 2 questions. What's the reason behind it, and what the chances of the selection of such candidate? So I had discussed with many TR, many HR, more than 10 HR, 10 TR I had discussed. So I am just sharing the feedback, what's the reason, what's the selection chances of such candidates, why they just ask 3 to 4 questions, not more than 3 to 4 questions. And I think you already had observed that what your chances of the selection. It's very less chances, because if interviewer is not interested to ask you questions, then your chances is very less. If your interview has been just finished within 10 minutes or 5 minutes, means very less chances. So today we will discuss in this video deeply, so just watch till the end. Often I had discussed, when I had discussed with the TR and MR and HR people, so fresher often struggle to present their introduction properly. They means this is, you can say that this is the result. So most of freshers are not able to represent their introduction in well mannered. Some finished in 30 to 40 seconds, while some had finished more than 5 minutes. They are taken more than 5 minutes. So it's really bad impression. If you are making a story of the 5 minutes, that's very bad impression. If you are just finishing in 30 to 40 seconds, it's also very bad impression. Means your first impression should be very impressive. What you did, your first impression had been very wrong. So if your first impression is not good, then interviewer will not interest in you. Note down it. If your first impression is not good, interviewer will not take interest to ask more questions, because you are not interested people. You are not making the image in the mind of interviewer. You should make some image. This image may be of your project, what you did, what you have learned during your 4 years, how many workshops you have attended. You are not including anything your introduction. Just you told in during your introduction, my name this, I completed BTech or whatever you have caused in this year, and just completed. You did not share your achievement in the introduction, your project in the introduction, your wow factor you should not share. Sorry, you did not share during the introduction. So many times I have already told you your introduction should be very, very impressive. Then again on the we came on again point, next point. Then they told me some fresher had impressive introductions, but however we asked questions related to their project. They lack deeply knowledge. They don't have deeply knowledge of your project. They just overview of the project. They just had shared the overview of the project. So they observed that you did not, or fresher did not design this the project. So if interviewer is not feeling that you did not design this project, then he will not or she will not take interest to ask you questions. If interviewer is not asking more questions, then your chances is very less. If he or she is just finishing to ask 3 to 4 questions, then your chances is very less. So when they ask some questions from your project, like what is the means, they twisted it. They twisted the questions and they asked, what is the first phase of your project? What is your first phase of the project? So you are not able to answer of these questions because you never prepare it. You just prepare about the project. You never prepare twisted questions. So you should focus on the twisted questions. Like, what model did you use in your project? You never projected. You never prepared it. What model did you use in your project? Why did you choose 3 team members, neither more or nor less? What's the reason behind it? Only 3 members had worked on this project. What's the reason? Not more than 3 or less than 3. What challenges did you face? What was your role in your project? Why did you take this role and not another role? What's the reason behind it? Who did create test cases for your project? Which type testing you have done? Like beta testing. There are so many type testing. Which type testing? When you did regression testing? If you don't know answer of these type questions, and if interviewer is asking, then your chances very less. Which database did you use? If you do MySQL, then why not MongoDB or other one? What is your bug matrix? How many bugs occur during the project? So you should prepare your bug matrix. Who's the tester? Who's the QA? Who was the team lead for this project? Why did you work as a team lead? Why did not you work as a team lead? So this type questions interviewer asked, but most of freshers are not able to give the answers. Then how can you expect for their selection? So generally, if you are not able to give the answer from the project, we are discussing introduction and your project. If we ask from the TR and MR, that is the second thing. Means it is also part of the TR. Means we will interviewer ask from the language also. There is one big issue, technology mismatch. Suppose in CV you have mentioned Java, but you made the project in another technology and you did not mention that technology in your CV. How good is impression? It's a very bad impression. I think you know very well about it. You haven't had your interviewer yet. If you haven't had your interviewer yet, what you should do? Firstly, prepare your CV in well mannered. I have already suggested in my previous videos, in my interview also, prepare your CV in well mannered. Prepare your introduction effectively and prepare your project very deeply. I have shared some questions interviewer asked during your project. If your introduction is not impressive, then interviewer will not take to ask more questions, will not take interest to ask you more questions. If interviewer will not ask more questions, definitely your chances is very less. 3 to 4 questions if he or she is asking, then you expect your selection. No. So your introduction, your CV, your project should be very impressive. If these 3 things are very impressive, definitely your chance will be increased of the selection. So prepare these things. If you are not able to prepare these things yourself, then take the mentorship 2 to 3 days from the industry leaders, any industry leaders. Today I have one session at 9 o'clock. You can join it. You just share to ITF team, International Technical Federation. You just one message on the WhatsApp 9990338887 and just attend that session. So you should take mentorship from any industry leader if you are not able to answer of these type of questions, because there are most questions you are not able to represent in well manner. You know about the question what interviewer will ask you, but you are not able to represent proper answer, then your rejection chances is very high, very high. Generally people say if you can't even clear the TCS interview, if you can't even clear the TCS interview, you won't be able to clear other companies interview, because we are mass recruiters. So just prepare it. And if you want to take mentorship, just go on in technicalinternationalfederation.com or WhatsApp to ITF International Technical 9990338887. They will guide you. Okay guys, thank you, and subscribe this channel and share this video to each and everyone. Thank you very much.